Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you like this channel, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, go subscribe to my vlog channel so you can see what we're doing, whether it's jujitsu, shooting, traveling, and even maybe some real estate stuff over there too, because I am a licensed realtor, and that's my day job. That's how I get to afford this nice $20 studio. Anyway, something I want to talk about today. So I don't know how many of you guys are. If you are, let me know in the comment section below, but I'm a huge fan of the PBD podcast. I actually have a hard time listening to anything political, anything Daily Wire. Even when Charlie Kirk was out and about, I had a harder time just because everything was so political. But I like PBD because he's a Christian, and he's got a lot of different voices. Now, one thing I want to talk about is the guy that sits to his right. Okay, you guys are all gonna know him based on the thumbnail, but Adam Sosnick, the Saucecast, as they used to call him. So I've been listening to PBD. Oh shoot, probably 5 years, 6 years before Vinny got there, and I had seen clips before. I think the first podcast I ever listened to was Rashad Evans. And because he's somebody I emulate. I like watching Patrick. I like his style. I like what he has to say, and I just think that he's got a good show and does a really good job with combining certain voices. But man, Sauce gets a lot of crap, and I as somebody that considers themselves objective, even when he was a liberal, I loved his takes. I loved them. I think I know why they on the show give him a hard time, and I'm going to get to that here in a minute. But because I have a pretty working theory, and if I ever somehow get on the show, I'm going to ask them if this theory is true. But I do, hope to maybe one day be on the show. So I don't want to say anything too derogatory, too defamatory. But I love Sauce's takes. I think he's the most, aside from Patrick, I honestly think he's probably the best voice on there. Like, I love everybody. I love Vinny. I love Tom. I think Patrick is the best synergist. Like, he can hear everybody's point of view, and he can even give a point of view that is not, too hard or whatever. But he wears kid gloves with Vinny, and he is so mean to Adam. I'm just gonna say it, hot take. To me, it's crazy to watch it because I'm like, man, Adam's actually making a great point, and it feels like every time that he is talking, it's like do 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 do. Like, you could just feel it. He's like, oh my gosh, and I don't see it, man. I think they need to give him more time. I think they need to let him talk more because I truly think Adam has great takes. Now, again, lifestyle stuff aside, I don't agree with him on the housing. I don't agree with him on not owning a car. I don't agree with his stance on not being married and the Playboy lifestyle. I'm a married man. I've been married almost 3 years. I've got a beautiful little infant son that's 9 months old. I cherish those things more than anything, and I'm so glad I was able to do that in my 20s. And I always knew that I wanted to be married and I wanted to be a dad. And I'm so glad that I had that, because if I was out there chasing tail and doing all these things, I feel like I would have an emptiness. And I think there's a piece of that with his lifestyle. I'm not saying the whole thing, but I do think that is partly where some of the frustration comes from guys like Tom, from guys like Pat, who are married, who have kids, who have these responsibilities. And I do think that's where the crux of their frustration comes from, is the fact that Adam, they know him. And so they probably see a different side that doesn't jive with their worldview on certain issues. But I again, even when Adam was a liberal, I thought, man, this guy is articulate. He's kind. Now, there's some times, like, you see the rant where he's like, oh, I'm not effing voting for Trump ever. And again, we've seen him progress. But every time I look in the comment section, I'm like, man, how are these people hating on this guy? Like, he's doing a phenomenal job. He's bringing amazing takes. He's being, like, very objective. Like, I'll give you an example. I love Vinny Oshana to death, but if I was on the other side of the aisle, I would have a very hard time listening and having respectful dialogue. And Pat lets it go on, and he lets him say whatever he wants. And then Adam comes in with I think a very sensible take, and they look at him like he's got a third eye growing out of his head. And I'm just like, to me watching it, I'm like, there's got to be something going on behind the scenes. And I think and this is where I was saying is I think there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that frustrate the guys on the show, because it's very clear to me that I would have a hard time believing that Tom and Adam get along off camera. Because they're always going at it. And it's not just like, I mean, this is like banter that you're like, hey man, this is going to start a fight in the parking lot. All that to say, I enjoy Adam's takes. I want to defend him. I think he's a cool guy. I do disagree with him on some lifestyle choices, but that is what it is, man. Like as far as hearing him articulate his thought and hearing him say what he comes out to say, I think he does a great job. And I think people should give him more credit.